Greetings, everyone. Once again, it's brother Muta Mwanidi sharing the authentic truth brought to us by Zulula 100 Only Teacher. The message today is the Phœnix, the fabulous bird, myth or reality? Question mark. Many have talked about the Phœnix. Some will claim it's a legend, it's a myth, it did not exist, and even they've tried to represent. So you see in Harry Potter, in the movie, they have represented the Phœnix, and in other cartoon as well, like the Night of the Zodiac or the Zodiac Nights. They've represented the Phœnix. They talk about the Phœnix. Some will claim it did exist, the bird did exist, that mysterious bird did exist. Some will claim it did not, and they will say that it's a bird that basically rises from the ashes, from his ashes. What is the truth? Did that bird exist? If so, why are we not seeing that bird anymore? So for that, because you're told in Proverbs 19:2, the lack of knowledge is not good for any spirit of men of the original race. And in Kunmane Mula 29, you're told you will know the truth and the truth will make you free man. And in Kunumane Mula chapter 53 verse 49, when the Mudima Bale, the spirit of the truth, will have come as Mukaisedi, comforter by the second, he will lead the grace uninitiated into all the truth. So you have to understand that birds are mysterious, even among the animal, and also depending on the species. And in Proverbs 27 verse 8, so Proverbs in the current Bibles, in chapter 27 verse 8, in the New Living Translation, you're told, a person who strays from home is like a bird that strays from its nest. So here in Proverbs, they compare a person that strays from home, like a bird that strays from his nest. And in Isaiah chapter 31 verse 5, you're told, like birds flying about, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending, he will also deliver it. Passing over, he will preserve it. So bird will also, with the wings, they will also represent the protection, because like the mama bird will protect the little one with the bird and so on, with the feathers. So that will also represent a form of protection. And the life of man is also compared to a bird. Even the Christ made a comparison regarding the bird and man, like when he says, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, not gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So he made a comparison. But here it's in the current day Bible, but you have to understand that he feeds them is through the entities that are in charge of that. Now, regarding the Phœnix, in the so-called people that call themselves Jews, so the fake Jews, they have a legend regarding that talk about the Phœnix. In one of the apocryphal book, they mention it is mentioned that when Adam and Eve, they ate the forbidden fruit, the animals also ate it, but except a certain bird, and that bird did not die. And you have to understand that they've taken, because the apocryphal book, all the books that you see regarding the scriptures, they will see text, they will talk about the creation and so on. They have taken that from ancestral Africa, but they've added lies. They've taken copies of copies and added lies, contradiction, and so on, and also made it based on their own understanding, because it's translations of translation copies, and depending on the century, the epoch, the time, the era, there's a lot of change, a lot of change translation errors also that are added. But nevertheless, it has an origin. And even in the book of Enoch, one also apocryphal book, in the book of Enoch, they also mention regarding the Phœnix, but in there it's regarding the entities. And in the book of Job, chapter 29 verse 18, you're told, in JPS Tancat 1917 version, you're told, then I said, I shall die with my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the phoenix. I shall multiply my days as the phoenix. So you're shown here in this version, in this book, in Job chapter 27, verse 18. No, Job chapter 29, verse 18, that Job speak regarding the phoenix. In other version, they won't say phoenix because they've removed it, because some of the people that translated a copy and they have written the current Bibles, some of them did not believe. So that's why they've removed some things and they've added other things. So, but in other version, they did not remove those passages. So in some version, you'll find some truth, and in others, you won't find some of those words or passages. So some hide it, other don't hide it. And in the New American Bible, you're told in Job chapter 29, verse 18, and I said, in my own nest I shall grow old, I shall multiply years like the phoenix. And the New Revised, the standard version, then I thought, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days like the phoenix. So the phoenix appears in the Bible. And now we shall go in Kálat'a, the book of the truth, the authentic Bible, the only authentic Bible without any errors or contradiction. Donc, Bibèl. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to translate here, is in Job chapter 29, verse 12. So, Temusia, his true name. He says, then I said, column, I will die in my dwelling, comma, my day will be abundant like the phoenix, the fabulous bird, comma. Yes. So Temusia mentioned the phoenix, the fabulous bird, comma. This species of bird, which after having put on the spiritual body, was taken out of the visible after the fall of Moto. Semicolon, the water will penetrate into my root, comma, the dew will spend the night on my branches, semicolon, my glory will be green again without ceasing, comma, and my bough will be rejuvenated in my hand. So, here in Job, in Job 29, so Temusia speaks of the phoenix. He says, and what happened to that bird also, because he revealed. Then I said, I will die in my dwelling. My day will be abundant like the phoenix, the fabulous bird, the species of bird which, after having put on the spiritual body, so was taken out of the visible. So he put on the glorious body, the spiritual body. He was taken out. It was taken out of the visible. Taken out of the visible. Basically, he took on the glorious body. He was transformed. So the phoenix did exist. Even in, like I've mentioned regarding the fake Jews, their legend, they took it from somewhere. They took it from copies of copy and they changed in their version. And in regarding the first time, it was mentioned regarding the entities. So there's also entities known as Phœnix. They are a little bit like the seraphim and also the cherubim. For that, we go in Bibèl, so origin, so Genesis. So Bibèl, origin, chapter 4, verse 85. Then Mukaisedi, the entity, and some Bamuloloma angels, comma, Mabao, Ophanim, comma, Benon Mukaisedi, Phœnix. Benon Mukaisedi, Phœnix, Bebute cherubim, as well as Songa, Raphael, Benengudi, Gabriel, Mene, so that's Michael, and Moye, so Uriel, appeared, and Mukaisedi, the entity, said to them, Moto and Muto, men and women of exception and courageous despite the fall. You have now arrived at the point of the great and mysterious crossing. So here it's regarding the Phœnix, the entities, and even their name. It's they are basically like the seraphim. They also purify. So it's purificator birds. Purificator birds. So birds that purify, basically. So sometimes what people will claim to be legend or to be like a myth, something that did not exist, it does not necessarily mean that it did not exist or that it is a myth. That's why even Isombe said, in the current Bible it says, do not despise prophecies. Prove all things, hold fast to which is good. So hold fast to which is good, so that's the truth. So examinate all things. It's not because they say it's a myth, it's a legend that it doesn't exist. You have to examine it, you have to see if it's true. And for that we have the authentic Bible, Kálat'a, the book of the truth. So and so what people will say, no, it doesn't exist, or they are truth that people cannot even conceive. So yeah, so that was the message, the teaching. All glory be to Loba, the only and unique Creator.